Hey, this is Ryan of Happy Healthy Vegan. Well, back in 2011 when Anji and I first started eating raw food and going fully raw, and we discovered it a roundabout way than most people, we found out like through this kind of woo-woo stuff like, Gabriel Cousens' spiritual nutrition, and then right around the same time the high-fat raw like that David Wolfe promotes. And then in 2012 we advanced on, because high fat wasn't working, we got high carb, and that was working, 80-10-10 Doug Graham. And yeah, these books are all very different from each other. Their philosophies are very widely different, but they do have a very common thread that ties them all together, and it's the belief that raw food is the best, the optimal diet for humans, because that cooked food is poison and creates disease. And we still get emails like this very one here, and what he says could just be lifted right out of these three books, the same sentiment that all cooked food is bad and creates disease. So that's what I'm going to take a look at in this episode. What do they have right, if anything, and what do they have wrong? Alright, so the most damaging thing that I've been able to find in all my researches about cooked food is the concept of acrylamides. And since I'm not a medical doctor, let's have Dr. Greger of nutritionfacts.org explain briefly what acrylamides are.
Acrylamide is a neurotoxic industrial chemical used in the plastics industry, found in cigarette smoke, and in a bunch of foods. The chemical is created when we fry carbohydrates.
So are all cooked foods poison? Do they all contain these carcinogenic acrylamides? No. Only foods that have been heated above a certain temperature, 120 degrees Celsius or higher, that's when acrylamides start forming. Well, fortunately for most of us healthy high carbers that eat some cooked food, that cooked food isn't cooked at all. It's steamed or boiled, which is at 100 degrees Celsius. No acrylamides are created. Alright, so how dangerous, how carcinogenic are acrylamides? Well, the World Health Organization lists them as a possible or probable carcinogen. It's been shown in some laboratory situations, mainly on animals, to sometimes create cancer. So yeah, as you know, once in a while I'll grab a potato chip or french fry which has acrylamides, but it's not something I eat on a daily basis. Could easily chuck those out for good and never eat a single acrylamide for the rest of my life. So getting back to that original raw food claim that all cooked foods are disease-causing, which I just showed is not necessarily true, well, given that 99.99% of the human population is eating cooked food pretty much every meal, every day for their whole lives, it's a lot of cooked food and a lot of people, there should be, if we're to believe that cooked foods are so poisonous and cause disease so readily, there should be a lot of people dying from cooked food. There should be all these deaths from cooked food. Well, let's take a look at the top 15 causes of death. Let's see if we can find a smoking gun that's for sure or pretty likely to be caused by cooked food eating.
These are the top 15 causes of death, the top 15 reasons Americans die. And a plant-based diet can help prevent nearly all of them, can help treat more than half of them, and in some cases even reverse the progression of disease, including our top 3 killers.
So instead of finding a smoking gun of death and disease, we found the opposite. I'm not sure what the opposite of a smoking gun is. Plant-based diets are not killing people. These plant-based diets, which include cooked plants, are preventing and often reversing and being used as cures for the top leading causes of death. So I am not seeing the smoking gun that should be so evident. And so since so many people are eating cooked foods, we should see millions of people dying from cooked food diseases each year, and I'm simply just not seeing it. So is it a fact or myth that cooked food kills? Well, barring that your diet is rich in acrylamide foods, as ours are not, sounds like you don't have too much to worry about. We could find no scientific peer-reviewed research indicating that we should be concerned about disease and death from steamed and boiled plant-based foods. So if you really believe cooked food kills, remember, it's the belief. Don't repeat that as a fact to other people and frighten them. If your diet really is the best diet in the world, it should stand alone on the facts, not on an unsupported or flimsily supported belief. Stick with the facts. Post down below, like I said, post any studies you know of that'll change my opinion. Let me know if you've heard this kind of myth before and it scared you really badly about all cooked foods. Like this video too down below if you got something out of it. Hopefully you got something out of my research here. Hit subscribe for more from Angie and me here at Happy Healthy Vegan. And until next time, not only shall you keep it carb, keep it rational, guys.
Don't mind me, just hiding here in the background of Happy Healthy Vegan.